Good morning. How is everybody doing today? I'm just out to sea. I realised I ended up sitting out there in the sea because it's such an incredibly beautiful morning. And for me, the difference it makes to my psyche. Always said that, when I moved to Malta, I just had no idea how much less motivation I would need because you just want to do things in the morning. My body loves to be warm. It's ease. Yes. So what a beautiful day. Anyway, movement May. So what I really want to talk to you about is micro movements. We tend to think exercise, something you've got to do for an hour, something that you probably hate, but you feel good after it. But what we're really talking about now is when we're looking at from a healing perspective is helping the body. We know that moving the body helps it to let go of toxicity, to let go of old feelings and old programs. And, I keep talking about the body really at its quantum essence is information and light. And what we're doing is we're wanting the old information out and we want the new information, the light, literally the electrical, the waves. We want the waves to be able to move through the body effortlessly so that we no longer have any suffering of pain or anxiety or whatever it is. Good morning, Nicholas. Good to see you. How you doing? What a weekend, eh? So, yesterday I was just talking about doing very, very simple rotations of the head. And, somebody put up, is it okay to do that? And this is what's happened to us. We've given our power so far away, like the whole pronation of the knee, all these things that we've taken on. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do the next thing. And it's usually because somebody's trying to sell you something. Now, your head is absolutely designed to rotate off the scale. I know I'm still totally buzzing. Of course, if you couldn't do that, all we're talking about here is the full range of movement. So your head is heavy. You've got this big joint. It's a bottleneck for the lymphatic system. So, remember and do your big six. So you're really just saying to the body, come on, I'll give you a wee hand. Give you a wee hand to let go of any toxicity that I've been carrying. So just gently circling the head 5 times one way. Just do it with me. Feel. And be careful, because maybe if you've not circled your neck for 20 years, it can feel a bit strange. And just enjoy it, because 100% this is about use it, don't lose it. And then take it the other way. And again, I can hear mine. There's a noise comes off my neck because it's it's been around for 6 decades plus. And also you might find, you get a little bit dizzy, especially if you keep your eyes open, or maybe if you keep your eyes shut. And then just feel. What can you feel? I mean, this is so, so simple, but don't be fooled by how simple it is. We're going to move on to the shoulders today. Now, I'm sitting on the floor right now with my feet underneath my butt, because this is also really good for the digestion system, just sitting like this. So you can sit like this for a few minutes. It's also really good to put your knees in that position because, again, it allows the knees to let go of everything and anything. There's a movement that takes furniture out of your life. And we know from the blue zones, people that don't have furniture, guess what? They stay far more mobile and well than us. So furniture, much as I wouldn't want to be without it, especially at this age, furniture limits your range of movement. And when you stop ever going into the full range of movement, you will lose it. And that for your joints, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your neck, even your elbows and your wrists and your ankles and even in your toes and into these little joints. All of that can become stiff simply because they're rusty, right? It's getting rusty. And if your diet's very acidic and if you're not moving very much, if you've got a lot of stress going on in the body, what we really want to do here is really widen your perspective on what stiff joints is. You can call it arthritis, you could call it anything you want. It's just a name for rust. Obviously, rheumatoid arthritis is a slightly different story. But in general, arthritis can be 100% improved, if not completely. And I am living proof of that because when my dad died, which was I'm 64 this year, so I was 50, 54, 53, 54. I was getting woken up with arthritic pain, postmenopausal arthritis, and I don't have that now. But can it come back if I take my eye off the ball? Absolutely. So I'm teaching you stuff that I know works. I've done it in my own body. You know, I'm just as prone to getting sick as anyone else. But it's the understanding of the body. You're just like, right, I've got power over this. I can change my gut biome. I can get in the cold water. I can breathe differently. I can tap. I can visualize all these things. And this is what the information's about, to give you guys the power to influence the pain or stiffness or whatever it is that's going on in your cells, if they're in this contracted state or if they're in this expanded state. And even if pain is present, the more expansive you can be around it, the less painful it will be. So let's look at the shoulders, because you know, on my bioresonance, my friend in Malta, she said, oh, you've never felt supported. That was what she said. You've never felt fully supported in your life. Now, she saw that on my bioresonance. And, you know, much as that's absolutely not the case right now, I've got incredible humans around me. Certainly there were times where I didn't feel very supported. I felt very alone. I think that's part of growing up. Anyway, let's not make a big drama about it. We've all had these feelings. But how that had manifested physically in my body and the weight in my shoulders. And also, yeah, I can visualize, I can tap, I can do the emotion codes, I can do lots of things to emotionally release that information from my shoulders, but I can also just move them. So just start off with squeeze your shoulders right into your neck and let it go. And while you're doing this, really see that incredible joint that we call the shoulders, the feat of engineering that it is, and what it allows us to do. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And just really, just let it, you can even put a wee noise in. And really think about just letting go any old stories, any old hurts, betrayals, lack of anything. And you'll start to feel the shoulders warm up. You might even start to feel a little bit of sensation in there going, right, that's enough. A bit of resistance. As soon as you move out your comfort zone in any shape or form, you will start to feel that resistance and you will recognize it and you'll go, I'm back in charge. Okay, now then just take it forwards and back, forwards and back. And again, you're just going through the full range of movement. That's it, forwards and backs. And you might feel, you know, if you've had an old injury, you might be very aware of what you're feeling in the body, in the shoulders. You might feel heat. You might feel sensations, fatigue. It doesn't matter. Just observe it all. Everything's welcome at the party. And now we're just going to rotate it round. Take your elbows up. And basically what you're doing, this saying to the body, I still would like to have this range of movement. You get some people that can't lift their arms up. Now, if you want to come to a Heal Scotland Kaylee, you're going to have to get your arms up. Kaylee's, I'm all for the Kaylee revival. It's so much fun. It's brilliant exercise, brilliant brain exercise because of the twirling, brilliant for your social life. Turn and go the other way. Such a laugh. Strengthens your core muscles. Brilliant for your proprioception, which is just basically you're going into such a phenomenal range of movement that the body is like, okay. And you know, I think if you maybe did 1 or 2 Kaylees a month, your entire health would be impacted for the better. Okay, and then just stop and feel. Feel what's there. You've generated some heat. You've changed the chemistry around it. Just feel it. Now, another thing I'm really enjoying right now is if you can clasp your hands behind you in any shape or form. It doesn't need to be some fancy dancy yoga movement. And just gently stretch the shoulders, stretch the hands back, and you'll feel the stretch across the front of your shoulders. And just do some nice breathing into that. Okay, and just let the body stretch out. And then do it the other way around. So pushing out this time, all the way out, and feel the stretch across the back. And again, bearing in mind, this is where we're carrying so much emotional weight. And I was talking at the festival about the weight of trapped emotions and the weight of the heavy emotions and the weight of the past. And I'm not sure it was really clear, because somebody said, what do you mean weight? Getting fat? And it's not that. I can understand why you would think that. Stretch it out, and then I'll try and, okay, and just again, just feel. It's about all the trapped emotions from the past, the pains and the suffering has an actual metaphysical weight. And, you know, when you start to let go, you feel lighter, literally lighter. Probably when you've done a workout, you feel lighter. So we're really putting that bin out. The weight of the past is a real thing. It feels heavy in the body. So what we're doing is saying, just let go of all of that, because you can actually constrict the flow of energy through the body with the past. So like if your laptop was 50, 60 years old, 20, 30 years old, you would know that it's probably going to be slower. So start deleting all these old files so that you can really let that energy flow through the body. That's as simple as that. I don't really know how to explain it any better. And you will feel that you will function in a lighter, easier way. So let's just take the arms right up and round, just to finish off. Absolutely up and round, up and round. That's it. Just a few, again, even if you just think like 5 one way and 5 the other, like I was saying, that would be 70 a week. And that would be nearly 300 a month. Of course, you're going to feel better from that. And it's the little and often. You know, this idea that you need to go into the gym for an hour or you need to do things for an hour, it's just not the situation. And most of us simply will not do it. Just relax and feel. So yesterday, my brain was completely dead. I couldn't remember what we'd done in March. But of course, we did Mindfulness March and letting go. So really every monthly challenge, try and keep a little bit of it in your mind to keep working on it. Because everything that we're teaching you, it's all about, so we had intermittent fasting in January, keep that up, that not eating late at night. And then we had breath work, even the 4-7-8, keep that going, that you can breathe to change your own chemistry. Then we had mindfulness and letting go. Remember that, feel and release, feel and release, pay attention, listen to the information the body's given. And then we had love your liver and lymph in April, big 6, take that with you as well every single day. And then this month, of course, is movement. And we will be doing a lot more aerobic type movement as well as the month goes on. But really, the micro movements can make a massive difference too. And, you know, your wrists, especially if you are suffering from, you know, sticky, achy joints, moving them. What we've been doing is that, we'll rest, don't do it. And that obviously are some injuries you wouldn't want to move through. But a lot of stiffness and lack of energy is coming from stagnation. And the stagnation is just a simple movement. If you've got a desk job, I mean, they're now saying, you know, obviously standing's the new smoke, sitting's the new smoking. So being able to just get up and do a little bit, just to move the information through the body and use your mind. You know, arguably we're here to conquer the monkey mind and to understand the huge, massive influence that this has over this. And if you were at the festival or at the retreat, you would have been introduced to my new friend, Bodhi, which is my little biology dummy to help people really see how everything that we're thinking, feeling, seeing, believing, perceiving has having an impact on every cell in our body. And it's time for us to really wake up to that, to take our power back and to really focus in on the magnificence of being human and to get out of fear. We have to get out of fear. And I don't know if you saw John Watt and Alex, what's Alex's second name? Alex had to get his leg amputated after the one AstraZeneca vaccine. And they were on GB News last night talking about, they need help. So many people are not getting the help that they need from the government. And I don't think that situation is going to improve. We, the people, have got to stay well. We have to take our power back. We have to understand that nobody cares about this body quite as much as the person who's living in it, and the influence that we have over it, so that we can help the people that cannot help themselves, that have been damaged by the government, and by believing that they were doing the right thing. So John's having an event on the 2nd of June, Sunday the 2nd of June, in it's the Grand or something. It's beside the Sub Club. Check my past. And all the money is going to help the injured. So please share the event and come along if you can. Asim Malhotra is going to be there. Dr. Asim Malhotra, a very eminent cardiologist whose dad died after the vaccine, and also Dr. John Campbell, who has been speaking out about what's going wrong in our healthcare, sick care system. Anyway, you have the power, you got the power, but you need to understand it and use it, and hang out with like-minded others that get it too. Classic Grand. That's it, Nicholas. Thank you. The Classic Grand. So hope to see you there. Huge love. Have an awesome day. Ciao.